Hi everyone, and welcome to the Network for PhD Philosophers. This video is just a short introduction to explain some of the functions and uses of the platform. I think many of the functions are not that obvious when you go onto the website and also when you log in even as a member. So this is just really to explain some of the uses that you can get a better overview. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen on the internet to show some of the functions. So of course, this is the homepage that any visitor can see with information, just the general information. Okay, if you go here and you go to one of these categories, you will be able to see our members who have public profiles. So these profiles are public. Any visitor to the website can see them. And also, we will only upload your information here when you give us permission. When you become a member, it's your decision if you want to go up here. But the nice thing about this is that you can give any links to a website, personal website, or your academia page, or whatever you want to, for any visitors to go and have a look. Also, it's supposed to function as a type of directory of members. So for anyone who's interested in trying to see which PhD philosophy students are doing research in specific topics, this could be an interesting place to actually go and have a look to see what the current research amongst PhD students are about. So I'm just going to go to epistemology. So this is just what it would look like. This is just my profile and then one of our members. And then here you can say see more. It's become clear that it is possible to even put in a bit more information than what people have been submitting for their public profiles. So if you want to add more information, it's possible. Here I have put in a link for my personal website, and you are welcome to submit a link for your personal website or whichever website you want to link here. Okay, the research groups. The function of the research groups is literally just for you to be able to find people who work in similar research. So you are welcome to create a group on a topic that you are working on. You are welcome to join any of these groups to engage with other philosophers. The goal is really just to be able to find people who work in similar topics. So if we go into African philosophy, so here you can see that some of the members have already started posting things, okay? There is the discussion board where people can post things to discuss. Then there is the media board where you can post media. It's really nice if you want to post a video to post a link to something. Then you can see who the members are and you can follow those people you want to follow. And here is just a short description of the group. You can also invite members to join. You can share the link, but of course, these groups are private, so it's only members who are signed in to the network who can actually see it. So if you share it, it will only be accessible to members who sign in. So that is the nice thing about the groups. It's perfectly private. It's only members who can see what's going on in here. Nobody from outside can see. So you can be free to share ideas, share thoughts, etc. So if you want to post something, you can upload a photo, you can upload a gallery of photos, you can upload a video, a GIF, a file, any emojis, and you can even create a poll where you ask people questions and ask them to vote on something. And then you can also add a topic. And when you add topics, yeah, it will sort of become part of that cluster of posts. So yes, you can write anything here and then people can comment on it. You can also tag other members in here. If you post a link in here, the post link will become available and people can click on it. So say, for example, you want people to give you feedback or comments on a piece of research you are doing. You can, for example, share a link here to a document you have uploaded onto your OneDrive or your Google Drive or whatever drive you have that you have made accessible to those people, and they can click on it and go to it and give you feedback on there. So I suggest you share documents in that way with like a OneDrive or a Google Drive that opens up on another sort of system, just to save space. But yes, you can share links here for people to be part of the discussion. You can also, okay, you can decide what your notification settings for a specific group will be. And you can also leave a group, of course. Okay, so that's the groups. The one thing about the groups, it's also possible to create a group that is not public to members, but it is a private group, so you choose members who are part of the group. So in that way, say, for example, you want to create a group specifically about one very specific topic, like a research article, and you don't want people to just mistakenly sign up for the group. You want it to be a more specific group of members. Then you can create a group and just add specific members and nobody else can join. I would suggest you just contact us to that we make it a private group for you. I don't think it's possible for a member to select that option. So just send us an email and we will create the group for you, and we can make you an admin of the group or add you to the group, and you can add other people to the group. Okay, the news feed. So the whole goal of the news feed is literally just for people to be able to post whatever they want on whatever topics, even if you just want to have some random discussion about a question you have, like, where can I find a resource on this? Or does anyone know about postgrad conferences happening at the moment? Or you can just say, I've had a terrible day of writing, I need some support. How is your writing going? And people can comment, they can like it, they can, yeah, there's many things you can do to it. You can follow specific posts so that you get notifications on specific things. So this is really almost like, it has the function of a social media news feed, posting things like on social media. And you can add categories for your posts. So say, for example, I want to post something on climate change conference. Okay, conference December 2021. And then I give all the details about it. Then I can edit the settings. Okay, so what I can do, I can add a short excerpt here. I can add a cover image if I want to, and then I can tag all of the categories that this post actually falls within, and you can select the categories that it is relevant for. Okay, so yeah, and then you just publish it if you want to publish it. And of course, there are many options of things that you could also add to it. Okay, so that is the news feed. Events. So the events platform has many functions. So one of the most obvious functions is just to arrange like a meeting where you can have up until about 25 people who are all able to share their screens, talk, put on their microphones and cameras and talk. So this specific function can obviously be used for reading groups, for small seminar discussions and things, anything up to 25 people. Then there is a bigger function where we can host like a webinar, and the webinar function can take up to 250 people. So in a webinar, you will have a few speakers who are selected and they can share their cameras and screens and speak and all of that. But all of the other attendees will not be able to speak. They will just be able to ask questions in the chat function, for example. So that's the other use. Another use of this is like a live broadcast. So we can literally go live and present something. So there are a few ways of doing that, but the one way is to connect it to our YouTube channel. And if we connect it to the YouTube channel, we can also decide if we want to open it completely to the public and anyone can watch, and we share it on social media, etc. Or just if it's an internal sort of live feed function with only members. So it can really be opened up and we can make decisions about that. So if you have any ideas for events, you can go ahead and pitch them to us, and then we will see what we can do. It's also possible to just create private events for research groups, for example, or smaller groups of people with specific attendees. So you invite people specifically and they can attend, and only they get the link. So it's not necessarily the case that you have to advertise any event that you want to arrange on the platform. It can be completely private as well. The only bad thing is that we can only host one event at a time. So the platform, the whole website in its entirety can only host one event at a specific moment of time. So we can't have simultaneous events. Hopefully, if we get sponsors for this platform, if it works really well and we get sponsors, we might be able to improve those sort of functions. Articles, so here you can really pitch any ideas for articles, whatever you can think about in terms of academic work, philosophy work, advice to PhD students, advice to students who are about to do PhD, anything you can think about that is interesting. You have to submit it to us and we post this. And any visitor to the website has access to this. Yes, so that is articles. The other function that is great is the members chat here on the right-hand bottom corner. So you can chat individually to one member. You can just search for the members on there and chat to them individually, but you can also create group chats. So if you just want to specifically speak to 3 or 4 other people because you are arranging something together, you just create a chat and you speak to those few people, and it's completely contained and private, and it's like a group chat on WhatsApp. Okay, so one of the other uses of this platform is when you are in My Network profile, and you can find this here at the top when you are logged in. When you go to My Network profile, this is what it looks like. And you can edit your profile, right? You can add your publications, you can write something about you. My research, you explain your research, your publications, ongoing projects, whatever you want to put here, you can put here. And this can literally function like a CV if you want it to function that way. So this profile is completely private. Only other members who are logged in can view it unless you share it with somebody. And when you share it, here I can say share my profile. okay? Then I can share it on multiple platforms, or I can just take the link and give it to someone. And when you share it directly in that way, other people can see it if they have the link, but they don't see it like this. They are not logged in, but this is how they will see it. So it will just be your photo, some events that you've attended and that you are planning to attend. They cannot see that because they have to be logged in. So they can literally just see some of these things that you have posted here. They can see your links for your social media, etc. So this is really also, it can sort of be used like a type of CV if you want to do that. So yes, you can share this with people, but it is only accessible when they have the direct link to this page. If you don't share it with anyone, they cannot see it. Okay, so those are the functions. So the goal of this project is really just to enable us to find people who work in the same fields as us, to enable us to organize things, to collaborate, just to make and build connections. Okay, so that is more or less the platform. If you have any questions, you can contact me. Just send an email. And if you have any suggestions, you can also contact me. If you're interested in helping to manage the platform, you are also welcome to contact me.